Hello and welcome to Justeventonline News at 9. I am Fatima Sediki for the news headlines. Tinubu right Senate seeks support for military deployment to Niger. Federal government to implement no work, no pay for striking resident doctors. NLC threatens another strike over federal government's contempt charges. Federal government to send over 500 directors on compulsory retirement in compliance with PSR. Navy to probe oil theft allegations, dismiss erring personnel. Federal government warns against illegal mining. Customs to launch compliance traders platform. Police, PSC set up committee to resolve operational differences. The Tigers outshine Rwanda to reach fourth consecutive final. Now, the news in detail. President Bola Tinubu has written to the Senate seeking its support on the deployment of military personnel to the Niger Republic. He also sought the backing of the legislature on the cutting off of electricity to the country. Tinubu also told the Senate that the country is embarking on sensitization of Nigerians on the imperative of these actions, particularly via social media. The federal government has directed the chief medical directors and medical directors in the federal tertiary hospitals to implement the no work, no pay policy on the striking members of the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors. The federal government also directed the hospitals to maintain an attendance register for all resident doctors willing to work. The Nigeria Labour Congress on Thursday threatened to begin a nationwide strike on August 14 if the Federal Ministry of Justice failed to withdraw the lawsuits filed against the organized labor. President of NLC, Joe Ajero, who spoke to journalists in Abuja after the National Executive Council meeting, asked the federal government to withdraw the contempt charge on or before the close of work on August 11. In line with the new tenure limit introduced for directors in the Federal Civil Service, the Federal Ministry of Finance has ordered that all its directors who have spent 8 years in the directorate cadre to tender their notice for early retirement. This was contained in a memo signed by the Director of Administration of the Ministry, Maria Rufai, and addressed to all directors and heads of units of the Ministry. Also, the head of Civil Service of the Federation, Dr. Folashade Yemieson, in a memo addressed to all ministries, called for immediate implementation of the PSR. The Nigerian Navy said it would investigate rather than gloss over allegations of military involvement in oil theft, saying any personnel found culpable would be dismissed and prosecuted. The Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ogala, said this while feeding questions from newsmen in Port Harcourt on Thursday evening. He pledged that the Navy will scale up waterway surveillance, especially in the creeks, and strike criminal elements to end the menace of illegal crude oil refining and illicit bunkering. The government on Thursday warned against illegal mining activities and urged for strong collaboration with relevant stakeholders for sustainable development across the country. The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Mines and Steel Development, Dr. Mary Ogbe, gave the warning while inaugurating new National Executive Council of the Miners Association of Nigeria in Abuja. She also expressed concern over local industries which depend on imported minerals as their raw materials, despite availability of such minerals in the country. The Nigeria Customs Service has unveiled a platform for authorized economic operators for compliance traders. A statement by the National Public Relations Officer of the service, Abdullahi Mewada, on Thursday night said that the platform is in line with the World Customs Organization protocol. In the statement, the Acting Controller General of Customs, Adewale Adeniyi, disclosed that the platform is protected by the new Niger Customs Service Act 2023 and will be designed to systematically identify tolerable risk affecting the importation of legitimate goods into Nigeria. The Police Service Commission and the Nigeria Police Force have agreed to set up joint committees to resolve operational differences of the two agencies. This was contained in a statement signed by Ikechukwu Ani, the head of press and public relations of PSC in Abuja. According to him, the two leaders have also decided to jointly work together to ensure that issues of discipline are handled expeditiously. The last on the news is sports. Nigeria's The Tigress has secured a place in the final of the 2023 Women's Afro Basketball Championship following an emphatic victory against host Rwanda on Thursday night. Rena Wakama's sides have now qualified for a record fourth consecutive final. We have come to the end of the news. Here's a recap of the story. Tinubu writes Senate seeks support for military deployment to Niger. Federal government to implement no work, no pay for striking resident doctors. NLC threatens another strike over federal government's contempt charges. Federal government to send over 500 directors on compulsory retirement in compliance with PSR. Navy to probe oil theft allegations, dismiss erring personnel. Federal government warns against illegal mining. Customs to launch compliance traders platform. Police, PSC set up committee to resolve operational differences. The Tigress outshine Rwanda to reach fourth consecutive final. Thank you for watching Justeventonline News. Remember, much of the difference you make tomorrow will start with what you do today. For more news, visit www.justeventonline.com, and to read more updates, follow us on our social media platforms with a tap at Justeventonline. You can also send us an email on justeventonline@gmail.com. I am Fatima Seriki. Have a fabulous weekend.